Hi guys, it's Chris at Cork and Crown, back in my cider shed with some more perry to try. And it's another one from Germany. It's another one from the Black Forest, from southern Germany, from Bavaria, from a 1785 cider. We had the cuvée yesterday in the small bottle, of 375ml. But today I got a big one. Got a 75ml Perry Reserve Brut, 6.7%. Yeah, and the rest is in German. Don't know what it's saying because I can't read German. Could about 40 years ago when I was at school, but I can't anymore. Let's see what it says, shall we, on the sheet, because this is on the sheet somewhere. The Perry Reserve. Let me read it. If you want to hear all the bump, you'll have to watch the last film when we talked about the cuvée. Perry Reserve 2019. Is this the 2019? Are you the 2019? Let me just check if this is the 2019 before I go any further. This is the 2019. So this applies to that. Right. Our heirloom perry aged in oak cask for 13 months. Blended at bottling with 35% of the 2020 vintage from stainless steel. Interesting. Bottle conditioned with champagne yeast, a startlingly delicious perry, complex and rich with flavour unlike anything else. Batch size 202 bottles, so there's not a lot of it. It says 7% on here. I think it said 6.8. Did I say? I can't remember. 6.7. A little bit of discrepancy again. I don't really care, to be honest. So yeah, interesting. So what's that? So 65% of it is in oak, 35% is in steel, and then blending. I assume they're dosing and then adding the champagne yeast at that point. So similar process to what they did with the cuvée. Let's open it up. I haven't found out what the varietals are. Doesn't say on this sheet, unfortunately. I'm going to try and find out. I've DM'd them about it. Well, not about that. Forgot to mention that. I might DM them again about that. But hey, what the heck. Let's open this mofo. Pop. Smoking gun. There you go. Once more. Enjoy. I will. I will enjoy. Thank you. Let's pour this out. So, it's going to have fine mousse, which it does. Lovely mousse. Fine bubbles. Gorgeous looking thing. Look at that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Almost looks like a German Helles or something like that. A nice sort of big foamy head in it. Very, very nice indeed. It is unfiltered, unpasteurised, same as the last one. Similar in colour. It's got that haziness. Yeah, and also again that sort of slightly pinkish grey hue that always makes me think of Gewürztraminer. Alsatian Gewürztraminer, I guess. A sort of pinkish hue to it, and I do like that a lot. So there you go. There's that. Looks good. I assume it's going to be dry unless there's some residual sorbitol, non-fermentable sugar alcohol, which you get in pairs. So they might have some residual sugar from that, but champagne yeast will take everything to dry, baby. Right. I think that's more delicate than the one I smelled yesterday. But it still smells very nice. There is a super wonderful smell of a sweet ripe pear in there. Absolutely. Zero funk. Maybe the merest hint of like menthol. I'm getting some sort of menthol character. Could that be right? Yeah, I think I'm getting just a hint of menthol, which I like a lot, I have to say. It's very delicate, the nose, but it's lovely. I'm getting that ripe pear, hint of menthol. Yep, sticking with that. Nice, almost smells like icing sugar. Although if you smell icing sugar, it doesn't smell of anything. It's what you'd imagine icing sugar to smell like if it had a smell. You know what I mean? Let's taste it. I'm really looking forward to this. Again, boom. Astringency. So there's tannin in these pears. There absolutely is. Totally different flavour profile to the cuvée. Not as rich with fruit. There is fruit there though. A bit more acidity, methinks. Or it might just seem like there's more acidity because there's less fruit character. But it is there. This is a bit more acidic, a bit brighter, a bit crisper. hint of menthol. Just I keep thinking, is it diminishing? I'm just getting it. I'm just detecting it. I like it very much. So this is leaner. It's more austere. I think this would be good with food. I think all sorts of food actually. Nothing too heavy, like fish, goat's cheeses, things like that. Something light, something young and fresh in the goat's cheese. I think would be great. Yeah, really interesting. Really interesting. More acid, and there's a sort of a what is that? What is that flavour? There's something in there that makes me think of what is it? There's like a sour fruit note. Maybe I'm going to go back to that stone fruit tasting note that I use a lot, like sucking on the pit out of a nectarine or a pear, something like that character about it. I'm going to go nectarine because they tend to be sour, or even an apricot, because apricots are actually quite sour. And the stone out of one of those, sucking one of those, I'm getting that sort of characteristic, which I like. This is lighter, but there's still quite a lot going on. But it's probably, it's more of a hot weather drink, I would say. But having said that, it's super cold. When it warms up, it's probably get more characteristics, flavour, more character in terms of the flavour and the aromatics. Yeah, I'm definitely getting mental. I keep thinking I'm fooling myself, but I'm not. There's a mental character to it. Another really interesting perry. Yeah, totally obvious. I kind of like that. Very different to English perries. I assume it's to do with the well, terroirs, obviously, where they're growing these things in southern Germany, but also the perry pears that they're using. They seem to be distinct, have their own characteristics. I'd like to know what they are, these heirloom pears. Yeah, it'd be fascinating to know what the blend or proportion is in each one. This is another really interesting perry. It really is. And they're not that expensive, all things considered. No, they're not. They're not really that expensive, which is, I mean, for what they are, boom, I reckon. Yeah, so that was the Perry Reserve, the 1785 cider Perry Reserve. And we liked it. It wasn't as bold as the Cuvée. I think the Cuvée, if I had to choose one, I'd choose the Cuvée. But don't get me wrong, this is still really good. Just the Cuvée was really good. Yeah, really good. But this is still totally delicious. And if you like perry, totally worth trying. But they are drier, I'm finding, than the English perries, which seem to have much more have more residual sorbitol in them than these have so far. But we've got one more to go. I'm going to try that in the next film. Sorry guys, thank you for joining me in my cider shed, or should I say perry shed at the moment. I hope you join me again, but until that time, cheers.